So today, coaching. What the heck is a coach?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about
It's not like we're playing basketball here. What's going on?
functional medicine health coaching, and we have a functional medicine health coach in the clinic. Her name is Ashley. If you've called and had questions, you've likely talked to her. So she meets with our patients, especially our new patients, after they've kind of had their initial consultation and have gone over all this great information with Dr. Sult.
That's
But
completely overwhelming.
they're overwhelmed. They don't know how to prioritize. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to incorporate it into their lives. And the coach helps with all of that.
Yeah.
So it kind of gets them from where they are right now to where they want to be. They're like the bridge.
So functional medicine is different from conventional medicine, right? In conventional medicine, the real question is why, what, what's wrong with you? What's the issue? What's your diagnosis? Oh, and here now I know your diagnosis, so here are your pills, basically, right? In functional medicine, the question is, oh, okay, I understand your diagnosis, but why you particularly, why do you have this diagnosis? And it turns out that it's a mismatch between your environment and your genetics, your lifestyle, all that kind of stuff. And so we're trying to do really complicated things. I like to say it's audience participation medicine. It's not just taking pills. So, and it might seem weird, like maybe somebody comes in with an autoimmune disease like arthritis, and we find that the inflammation and the origin of the arthritis is actually coming from the gut. So we're focusing on diet change and supplements to heal the gut and rebuilding the microbiome and reducing inflammation in the gut. And it's sort of like, well, I just came to this guy to get my arthritis fixed. What's he talking about my gut for? And so she helps him understand that bigger issue of where it came from. And then also how to do it because, I like to say, I know what to do. She knows how to do it. So
Yeah.
implementing it, I figure out what the deal is, but she figures out how to help you implement in the context of your life so that's doable.
Yeah, I think there's sometimes a misconception where people come in and they think that they're going to be given just natural, like nutraceuticals, supplements to fix their issues. Kind of like when you go to the doctor, you get a prescription medication. They're going to come, they're going to get some supplements, they're going to feel better. And typically, I mean, that does happen. They do feel better after starting the supplements, but we still have to get to why they got sick in the first place. A lot of that boils down to those, exposures, lifestyle factors, stress management. So that's what we're helping you do. We're helping you to change those foundational things, those habits that are super hard to change and incorporate them into your life. So after you're feeling better and you start to get off of all your things, you don't go back into your previous habits and come back, a couple years
With
later.
arthritis again. So there's really two things. Trying to get my hands so they're both there. There's two things. One is called green pharmacy. So typically if you go to the doctor and you're depressed, you get an antidepressant. Well, if you go to a natural doctor, they might give you St. John's wort instead of an antidepressant. But it's the same idea, right? It's just using a pharmacy, replacing a pharmaceutical with something natural. That's green pharmacy. What I
Yep.
do is functional medicine, where instead of just treating the symptom, depression, we're trying to understand why you have depression. And there are a dozen reasons, ranging from life circumstance to hormones to inflammation to gut
Gut.
brain axis, all kinds of reasons why you personally might have depression. And so that's the difference. Green pharmacy is just treating the symptom like a pharmaceutical would. Functional medicine is trying to get underneath that to the why.
Yeah. And in our office, we do offer just coaching consultations too.
Yep.
So perhaps you're not ready to see Dr. Salt or you don't feel like, you're maybe you're more in the preventative mode. Okay, like I have these things creeping up on me. Maybe you've been to your primary care provider and some labs are starting to go up. Maybe your hemoglobin A1C, which is a marker for like see what your blood sugars have been doing. maybe that's creeping up and you're like, I really want to get a hold of this before I end up with type 2 diabetes. You can give us a call and schedule a coaching consultation. And we also do coaching packages. And Ashley, our coach, and I myself, we do work closely with Dr. Sult too. While we're the ones meeting with you one-on-one, we do consult with him too about your case. So,
Where's Ashley anyway?
Ashley's at home. I thought about asking her to pop into the comments. Good morning, Fran.
Good morning, Fran.
But I ran out of time because I went to take my son down to the end of the driveway. We have a long driveway. And so I bring him down to the bus, and our two big Newfoundlands had made their way down to the end of the driveway too.
Oh, good. Exploring.
So then I had to back up the driveway all the way, put him away, and then he missed the bus. So I had to take him all the way to school and wait in that awful line.
Yeah. So they're getting to be teenagers. Fran, you remember how that works. They were gallivanting all over the neighborhood way back in the day. And now these two knuckleheads.
They were out having fun. Their faces were covered in snow, and they were like, oh, hi. And I'm like, get up here now. Yeah. Maybe not so nicely, but.
Yeah. So, coaching.
So that's a little bit about coaching.
Yeah, coaching. So, and coaching is about starting where you are. So let's say I prescribe the supercalifragilistic, wacky diet, right? I prescribe, a comprehensive elimination diet. And one of my patients said, oh, I know why you call it that. Because it comprehensively eliminates everything I like to eat. Well, and maybe you're not at that stage yet. Maybe you're not ready for that yet. Well, Ashley, our coach, she can say, okay, well, let's just see what we can do.
Yeah, let's do a food journal. Let's see, maybe you can cut out one thing. Like maybe you can cut out sugar or processed.
Or maybe you can just add one thing. Maybe you can just add a vegetable at every meal. Or maybe you can just
swap them out.
Yeah, just whatever. So whatever we can do.
Little tweaks.
Little tiny things. And then once you're used to that, see, she's relentless. So then she'll say, well, let's change one more thing.
Yeah.
And then we get you there. And then guess what happens? You feel better. And then as they say, what is that thing? Looking good feels better than anything tastes, or whatever that goofy saying is. Well, feeling good feels better than the way anything tastes. So people come in and it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do this diet, blah, blah, blah. And then they do the diet and they go, I don't care. Wow, I feel so great.
Some of them just inadvertently have lost 15 pounds over those 2 months. It's kind of crazy.
And a lot of times, I'll say, hey, let's start liberalizing your diet. Let's start adding things in. They go, I don't want to.
I feel great.
I don't need to. I'm fine. I'm fine eating this way. So you go, okay. But just understand that if you want to have, a vacation day a week or a vacation meal a week, at this point, it's okay because you're healing.
Yep.
A cheat night.
I took my son out for his birthday last night, and I had a cheat night.
Yeah, there you go.
But
yeah, her cheat night was not exactly crazy, by the way. It was like nachos or something.
I call that cheating.
Yeah, but
chips and cheese.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's like, it wasn't ding dongs and ho hos. So
that's true.
Yeah, but. So anyway, that's what a coach can do, and it's really, really powerful for people. Like just, that was yesterday.
We better finish up quick because my battery's going dead, I guess.
Well, plug it in. It's right over there.
Okay, you keep talking.
That's right over there, Sadie. This is a local lady who's the wife of a chiropractor. She's been in the holistic world her whole life. She and both her husband obviously know a lot about nutrition and stuff. She came in and she just said, I know what to do. I need accountability. I need a coach. I need somebody to help. And okay, well, yeah, I get it. That's human nature, right? I know what to do too, and I don't always do it, and we all don't always do it. So sometimes it's good just to have an accountability partner who's trained. Like your best friend. If they work for you, great. That's all you need. But sometimes you need somebody who knows how to be supportive in the way
Empower you.
empowering.
It's really about empowerment.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Empowering. Yeah.
Empowerment.
Yeah. So health coaches. That's
Yeah.
what they are. And
If you have a question for Ashley, the coach at our clinic, or I do coaching as well, but if you have a question, put it in the comments. We'll have her hop on and answer, or I'll answer, and we'll get back to you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're trying to keep these things short, so
We are. You could tell I'm kind of like, all right.
let's go. And if there were questions in the comments, we would absolutely
Yes,
answer them.
address those. Not that we want to keep it short for ourselves, but we know how this goes, and no one has time to watch a 20-30 minute video unless it's what you're doing at the end of the day, and
Yep.
it's your downtime. So
Yep. So, coaching, super important, super helpful. And I guess justbewell.info is where you can find our contact information, or you can leave a comment down below this video, and we will get back to you.
yeah.
All right. Have a great
Happy
day.
Friday, guys.
Yeah. Look at
Have a
how-
great weekend.
Look at how bright it is outside. This is like amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful
And
out.
normal 2 months ago at this time it was dark. All righty. Of course I pushed the wrong button. There we go.